Hey, welcome to another episode of Music Tips and Reviews with JG. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Uh, Always great to be up here with you guys to share my thoughts on certain things as far as music. Please subscribe to my channel. Almost there to 8,000 subscribers. Appreciate y'all for always supporting throughout these years. I believe I started in 2021, started YouTube, and it just staying consistent with YouTube. So again, appreciate y'all support. This is gonna be a great topic, especially thinking about this, so many things going on with the music industry, as far as musicians, executives, music producers. A lot of things is going on, a lot of criminal things that's been going on throughout the years is coming to the light. A lot of things going on, and but I want to look at the brighter side of things. The way things were in the 90s and the 2000s. We had this thing we called, certain producers, we called them super producers. And these super producers, they was on a lot of records, a lot of hits, especially during the 90s and in the 2000s. It was a group of producers during this time that really, had a run with their production. And it's just, I feel these days we don't really have that league, if I should say, of producers that really has that run, or had that unique sound, that people gravitate to. But I feel there's some producers these days that has the potential to be super producers. But I think the time of the super producer was, not even just the 90s, but like the late 80s. We had like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Babyface, and all these huge, or even Prince, during the 80s. They produced for a lot of different artists. And I feel like we have great producers now, but I feel the super producer name haven't really touched these producers yet. But I feel like there is potential, that these producers are super producers. But I feel like the late 80s, 90s and 2000s, we had that super producer era. Maybe late 80s, we had that era. But believe it or not, some people may disagree. They may be from a different era than I was. But I feel like people like the Neptunes, Timbaland, Darkchild, Kanye West. I feel these were super producers during my time, during my era. Even going back to the 90s, like Devontae Swing. He produced a lot of great hits during that time. And I feel another thing why we don't have a lot of super producers these days, because of like technology. People can collaborate sounds, people can share sound packs, and it's no unique sound these days. Everybody sounds the same, because everybody's sharing these sound packs, sharing these chords, and people are not being as unique as they used to be. You can turn on radio in the late 90s, early 2000s, and it's the Neptunes, it's Timbaland, it's Darkchild, it's Kanye West, production because they all had their different sound. But these days, because of the new wave of sound sonically, everybody, all the producers sound the same to me. So and I think these sounds is easily, accessible these days. Sounds are easily accessible because of things like Splice and Arcade, and these different sound pack websites where you can buy drums, you can buy sounds. It's easily accessible. So, but I believe it's a good thing to it. Collaboration, it's good, but it also can take away, from my next point, the money side of it, the financial side of it. These producers not getting paid as much these days, and I believe because producers those days had a bigger, upfront costs. They were more successful. They was more successful as music producers back then because they had more income to, they had a bigger budget, back then to create anything they wanted as far as music is concerned. But I feel that's a big thing too, getting paid as a producer. I feel like, even back then, even though it's like on a hush in a sense, I feel there was more competition back then. I remember a story I heard and my bro Mark is up here. Appreciate you, Mark. What's up?
Man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's kind of low.
Kind of low. All right, hold
Yeah.
on. Hold on.
I hear you good now. I don't know at first. I think I had on my music.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me
Yeah.
better?
Yeah, I'm good. You good now? Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So what we
So
talking about today?
yeah. So how you feel? What like time era you feel like there were super producers? Like what era? Because some people may uh, disagree because they're from another era. What era you feel? We had super producers.
I think I would say probably like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I remember like the first producers I remember was the Neptunes.
Yeah. Neptune.
I'm
Yeah.
sure I mean me and you the same age, so like they
Yeah.
came out when we were like in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought
And
they were just so dope. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah. In
And then
those days,
Timberland was out back then. Blade,
Dark Child. Yeah.
Dark Child, Dr.
Yeah.
Dre.
Yeah.
So I would say that era, man, like the early 2000s.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe like the Neptunes when that Super Thug dropped, that's when they just went to the sky, with
Nori.
production. Yeah, Nori.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Super Thug. And yeah, it's crazy. I feel like some producers these days have potential to be super producers, but I feel like it's kind of saturated as far as the sound. How you
yeah.
feel about that?
I agree, man. I think also too, like a lot of these producers, they copy each other.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
find like one formula that works, and it's like even when they get success from that, like 10 other producers try to copy like the same sound. And
yeah,
you be
yeah,
hearing like the same like drum patterns. They use some of the same instruments,
yeah,
and it just makes the music stale.
yeah. And I hate to say it, I think trap kind of made everybody clone each other as far as the sound, like the drums. Like back then you had Timbaland, and he created his own sounds, like it was unique. And nowadays everybody's just they can just download a sound pack, you know,
And
off
he was
of
the first one. He was the first one I heard who had the babies in
yeah,
the background crying. Like when I
yeah,
heard that, I was like, "Yo, this nigga's a genius."
yeah, yeah,
That was back. Well, I was like, what, 97, 98?
yeah, yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Leah.
yeah,
That was
and
hard, but you don't really see stuff like that no more. Everybody's kind of doing the same thing,
yeah,
you know.
and that's the key to production. Having a unique sound that people are like, oh, I remember that song. Like I remember when the Aaliyah song "Are You That Somebody" came out. It's like
Hmm.
we were playing video games, and when that song come on, you turn around nowadays. It's no song like that where it just stops you in your track. Like,
I know,
yeah,
man. I know.
yeah,
Those are the good days.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
yeah, Missy. Who
yeah,
else? The whole
yeah,
Virginia sound, man. It was just really ahead of its time.
yeah,
It's way ahead of the curve. But it's like now, everything sounds like Atlanta.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. And I feel like these days a producer feels like they have to have so many credits. They want to hop to this artist, they want to hop to this artist, and they feel like they are a super producer. But back then, if you notice, super producers or producers, they stuck with an artist where it created a sound, their own sound. Like you think about, like you said, Timberland with Missy. They
Hmm.
created a whole genre, and like the songs that Timberland does is still relevant. Like Pony is still played in the clubs.
I know, man. It's been
Yeah,
almost 30 years since that came out.
yeah,
And if
and
you look
like
at the music that came out around that time, like a lot of it sounds old. It sounds
yeah,
kind of dated. But I
yeah,
noticed the stuff that he produced, like it still has like a fresh
fresh sound.
kind of,
Yeah,
yeah, fresh vibe
yeah,
to it.
yeah. And I thought about that because he wasn't stuck he wasn't stuck in that time. I feel some producers during that time was stuck in that time, like, and they had to evolve. But some with Timberland, he didn't have to evolve because he was already ahead of his time. Like even Neptunes, after a while, their sound kind of went away, and Pharrell had to
Yeah,
create his own sound himself because you heard about Pharrell separating from Chad, over
I
something
heard
stupid, but
he
name
did
the name.
dirty, man. I heard he wasn't. I heard he wasn't giving him credit or something like that, or maybe it was like some financial issues, or
Yeah, it was
something.
the name Neptune's name. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And so yeah, it's a lot with that. How you feel like collaboration has affected being a super producer these days? Because a lot of producers are collaborating. One person does a cowbell, one person does the hi hats. How
Um,
you feel about that?
I don't know. I think that I mean, if it's gonna make the song sound better, I don't see
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some producers they kind of want like all the credit,
yeah,
like they want
yeah,
the whole project themselves. And
yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
you gotta collaborate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
yeah,
diversify a little bit. Like
yeah.
somebody over here might have a better like drum pattern or melody.
Hmm. Hmm.
This guy have a good bass line. It's like you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but it just depends, man. If it works like that, by all means keep doing it. But
yeah. And
yeah,
I feel there's a pro and con to that because I feel like, uh, as far as financially, like
okay.
the splits is like you had this person, then when the songs come out and it's a hit, like I heard, the Omarion song "Supposed to Be."
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so the writer was talking about when the splits came out, they had so many samples within the song where this writer wanted credit uh,
Mm,
over the lyrics and the melody. So it can get kind of frustrating, but I feel it's good that it's less competition and more collaboration because
mm.
there are some good songs out there. And how you feel like about the state of hip hop, like rap these days? How
Man,
you feel about
I stopped listening to rap a while ago.
it?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
I think what's going on now, like the labels are like prioritizing country music
yeah,
because
yeah,
rap, it's just like it's not really selling like that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of the biggest artists now are like Glorilla and
Hmm.
who else? It's like mainly like women, but they're not selling records.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like the labels are like prioritizing like country and just different genres.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't. I mean, if it's a hot record,
yeah.
I'll listen to it, but I don't go out of my way looking for like, oh, what's the new song this week? What's the you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? I don't.
Yeah, yeah. And
I
when
tuned out.
yeah, yeah, because when you and me and you was writing back in like 2010, you
Damn,
know
we're
it. Don't say
getting
don't
old.
say that.
No,
Don't
man.
say that.
I see that gray hair.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit coming in, but yeah, when we was writing though, it's like it still was the super producers still out at the time, uh,
Yeah.
cause we used to listen to Katy Perry and stuff like that, pop, to give us an idea on how to write pop records and stuff like that. And Max Martin was a huge producer back then too. He produced Backstreet Boys and Sync and stuff like that. And uh, the thing with super producers as well, they use the same formula, to create the hits. And if you look at like Jermaine Dupri, the longevity is still there. And do you feel like a lot of producers these days have longevity, or what you feel about that?
Oh, hold up, real quick. I gotta
Okay,
connect my headphone.
okay,
Hold up, 1 second. Let me see. How do check check?
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, uh,
Oh, okay. So I can't like my headphones aren't I can't hear you through my headphones.
oh, okay. Can you hear me
But you
now?
well I got it playing to where it's like it's on the playing
Computer.
out.
Oh,
No,
okay.
yeah. I wanted to like see if I could hear it in the headphones.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
it's all good. You said what was the question again?
Yeah. Wait. How you feel? These days, do you feel like these producers have longevity as far as the years they have hits?
Uh I think I would say Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
Like a lot of his stuff that he did with like Future. I don't know if you heard his new mixtape. I
Okay.
tried to listen to it. It just wasn't, you know,
I try. Yeah, I tried to listen to a Future album. I just couldn't.
I can't do it.
I had to
The
go.
beat,
I had to go back to my 2000s.
yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah,
But a lot of
and
I say
yeah,
him, some of like the Atlanta producers
yeah,
are pretty cool, but other than that, like I don't.
yeah.
I like the Alchemist. The
Okay.
Alchemist.
Oh, Alchemist. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the dude who did the latest Nas album, it was Hit Boy, Hit Boy.
Hit Boy. Yeah, yeah. I
So
think Hit Boy has been out for a minute. Yeah,
oh, you said the newer producers. Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. The D Mal. I think he's gonna last for a while. He did a lot of Bruno Mars albums. He did most of that album. You
D
know who
Mile.
D Mal? Yeah. he's, he's, I
What,
don't
so
know.
what kind of beat are these?
Yeah, he did a
He
lot
did
of songs. He did most of Silk Sonic album.
oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, he did a lot of 24 Karat Magic album. Uh, he did a lot
Okay.
of stuff. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, yes, it's and who was your favorite super producer back then? You feel
Mm, I would say Kanye.
Kanye? Okay.
Say Kanye because I just like his ability to like incorporate samples.
Yeah, yeah,
Man, he was just really versatile.
yeah,
Um, I don't know if he has that many hits,
yeah.
but I feel like well, I would say him and what's that one dude? He's from Detroit.
Detroit.
he's really, really popular.
Uh,
It's a shame that I forgot his name. Not it's
that- by the way, by the
Jay
way,
Dilla.
Jay Dilla. Okay, okay.
Those are
By the
my
way,
those.
by the way, I think I saw Lex Luger in the store the other day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Walmart. Yeah,
Oh,
I know you haven't heard. I know you haven't heard that name in a minute.
damn, he's a legend though. Like
Yeah, yeah.
his
I
early
think he
stuff,
the
the
I
Waka
think he the
Flocka.
one that really. Yeah, I think he the one that really started that sound, that trap sound. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He was
But
ain't he from Virginia, ain't he?
yeah, Virginia. Yeah, Suffolk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Jay Dilla was dope. I think he's underrated as a producer.
Hmm.
Especially hip hop and R&B. You know, he did a lot of R&B stuff too. But
Oh yeah.
I think my favorite was Timbaland
Okay.
because he was just so innovative, you know, with his sound, you know. Um and a lot of producers stem from these super producers, you know, like Danger, you know, he was under Timbaland and stuff
Like
like
oh
that. Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, I feel like, you know, do you feel this super producers can come back?
Mm, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was probably not for hip hop. I don't know about for hip hop, but maybe for
Yeah.
like R&B or pop or country, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about for rap. I
Yeah.
think rap is on his way out, to be honest.
Yeah, and I feel because, you know, a lot of I feel I feel because you know, a lot of these labels, they kind of getting washed out now, especially because of these situations coming up now, you know, with Diddy. And I think it's just,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a huge turn in the industry. Like all these
Yeah.
industry people are going to just step down because
Yeah.
they don't want to be humiliated. You know, they still up there, and people are looking at them like, we know what you did. You know,
Right.
so
I think like they all connected.
yeah, yeah.
All of you know what, you'd be surprised.
It's like
Damn, you
it's like
yeah,
a whole train, like one after the
yeah,
other. So yeah, and that
crazy.
yeah. But I feel super producers can come back if they. I feel like a certain sound is coming back, where you know things can change. But
Hmm.
I think until they pay producers more like they used to, I think, you know, I feel like they had a drive back then because they got paid more. You know,
Yeah,
they had a bit bigger budget back then where they could pay the producer, like Timbaland said, like 500,000 for one track.
that's
So
crazy.
yeah,
Half a million.
yeah.
Damn, I
Timbaland
was
said
looking.
Timbaland said he got paid like 500,000 for a track back then. So
That's crazy.
yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah. How much these
So
producers get paid now? You know?
mm, they don't really get an upfront. You hear a lot of
Oh,
you
like
hear a lot
point.
of yeah, you hear a lot of these producers. They say, Lil Wayne didn't pay me for that track in 2006. You know, like Bangladesh. You know, he said, you know, he had a big dispute with the Millie beat. They never
Oh,
paid him.
you know how big that was? Like,
Yeah,
damn, Jesus Christ. I know
that's
that had to hurt.
yeah, that hurt.
Really?
Yeah, because you know you had like he probably sold like platinum like 10 million, you know, records on that song, and he never got paid for it. So, and then he
Yeah.
went back and did 6 foot, 6 foot, 7 foot. I'm like, why did you go back?
Oh my God. Did he get paid for that one? The 6 foot, 7 foot?
I think he had something with that too. I think he did.
Oh my God. Well, that's on him
Yeah,
then.
yeah. He should have learned
That's
his
what
lesson the
you
first
get
time.
that up front, man. Get that up front
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
Shoot.
And he did Ludacris What's Your Fantasy? He did that back in the day. So
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was Bangladesh.
yeah, man, yeah,
Oh,
Bangladesh.
okay. That's a
Yeah,
classic.
and Diva, of course, Diva for Beyonce as well. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think he was an underrated producer. Back in the day. But who's your favorite like underrated producer back then?
Underrated. Oh, other than Jay Dilla, I would say Swiss Beats.
Yeah.
You're
I,
like
he was good. I feel he was good. I think he was his
say
best. Like,
Anthem.
yeah, I think he was his best. Like on DMX and Beyonce B Day, because B Day is my favorite Beyonce album. I think he was good. I think after a while his beats his beats started to sound the same, like the
Yeah,
same rhythm. But
yeah,
I think he was really like at the top like '07, '06, that
yeah.
era. Yeah. But
He kind of. I like how he had his like own signature sound though.
yeah,
Like nobody like really sounded like Swiss
Swiss
Beats.
beat. And he his beats did have the club moving. Like he did he had those bops
Yeah,
though. Yeah.
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 He
But
wasn't as versatile though as like a Timbaland or a Pharrell, but
yeah,
he did.
yeah,
He got some joints.
yeah. And going back like a few years ago, Kanye was talking about, and even producer from here, Bink, they was talking about how Just Blaze stole their sound, for the Blueprint album.
Oh, for real? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Uh, I don't know if you heard about that situation, but as far as the sampling technique and stuff like that, they feel like Just Blaze kind of stole the show, I guess. The Blueprint, he got more of the notoriety for the
Uh,
Blueprint.
yeah, he was. I mean, his stuff was better though. Right? Like he produced,
Yeah, yeah,
produced like most of the album, right?
yeah,
Or was
and
yeah, it was,
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like because especially Bink, he had a problem with it because I think just Jay Z said he wanted sample based songs on the album. Soulful samples on the album, and Just Blaze did the assignment. He did his
yeah.
thing, and so he had a lot of placements on the albums. Girls, girls, girls.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
that beat was crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That whole song is
yeah.
just classic. That's probably
So
one of my favorite Jay Z songs.
yeah. So even though, man, I salute the VA. Bink is from VA, but I feel like Bink was kind of wrong on that subject because Just Blaze was trying to, he was trying to get them placements, and he did
Yeah.
what he had to. He did what he had to do, to get those placements. Bink had some good songs up there, producing, but
Which one did he produce?
uh,
Bink.
the, the
No,
first
I forgot. I don't.
he did All I Need, I think. Uh
Okay.
he did the first song, the intro, Blueprint intro. And
Oh, okay.
he did
Okay.
one more song up there. But yeah, Just Blaze. I guess the drum pattern, the way they sampled was similar, but I think they was still kind of different though in a sense. So
Got you. Got you.
yeah. But you know, what's your favorite another question, what's your favorite collaboration as far as artist producer during that era?
Mm, dang, it's just so many. It's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I
and
just
these are
feel
like big
yeah,
records.
I just feel it's not a lot of that these days.
Yeah.
Producers. Only person I feel now that they stick with one producer is like Ice Spice. She had that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
She
yeah. Well,
yeah,
right.
yeah, Ryan. But during that time, it was a lot of great collabs like Missy and Timbaland. Uh, you had Usher and Jermaine Dupri. I feel that
Oh
was a
yeah,
good collaboration. Yeah,
yeah. I would say Missy and I think Missy and Timbaland probably had like probably the best run.
Yeah.
as far as like consistency.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause she came out when like 97 or something, 98,
Yeah.
97.
96, 97. Yeah.
Yeah, she was still killing it like in the mid
Yeah.
2000s, like
Yeah. Yeah.
a good 6, 7 years,
Yeah. And I wonder when she gonna come out with a new album.
Man, she ain't coming out with nothing else.
She just she
She
got so many
retired.
hits. She got so many hits. She could just come back.
Yeah,
Like that's how those 2000 artists, they can just come back and just do their hits, and people still come.
she
But
should do a Vegas residency. That would be dope.
oh yeah, yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be
That
dope.
would be crazy. Like what Usher did.
Yeah,
Like she
and
would.
it's sad.
A lot of people would show up to that.
And it's sad these artists these days they can't they ain't gonna be able to do a residency years from
Uh,
now.
no,
Like Sexy Red.
nah.
Yeah.
They on. I think they on their way out, man. Her, Ice Spice, all these women, man. Because I mean, you can only twerk for so long.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
people get tired of that after a while. It's like, what else you got?
Yeah.
You can
Cause
be
I
shaking
when, yeah,
now
cause
without.
cause when I watched the BT Awards, that's all they was doing, and that's Tyrese was talking about that too, cause he was sitting on the front row. He said, "All they got to offer is twerking. That's all it is." So
Oh
I don't
man,
think.
yeah.
And what do you feel about Sexy Red as far as her sales? As far as her shows, they're not selling. They said they won't selling. What do you feel about that?
I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? I think what it is, like, I think with her, she was kind of like all hype.
Yeah,
Like people kind of like the fact that she was different.
yeah,
She was ratchet, she was extreme,
yeah,
and they kind of like rode the wave. But I don't think they ever really liked her like that.
yeah, yeah.
And I think the thing with Ice Spice is like now people are getting tired of them. It's like
Hmm.
they're like, no, I don't want no more, no more.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I think it was just like a trendy thing. Then I don't think they was really like
yeah,
fan.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so yeah, I feel like super producers, they can. I think it could come back. I just feel like it has to be some uniqueness, to come back.
Yeah.
I think we still, as far as producers, are under a trance with this trap, producing. And people
Yeah.
hate when I talk about that, but I feel like this trap movement kind
Right.
of made everybody sound the same to me.
And the thing is, it's still here after like 15 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you hear Future's new album, like
yeah,
it literally sounds the
yeah,
same as what was happening in
yeah.
2012, 13.
And you think that do you think that kind of contribute to the saturation of producers?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta killed
Yeah.
hip hop.
So
People gonna hate me for saying that.
you from Atlanta?
I lived there for 12 years. Like I just
They
gotta
don't
be honest.
they don't know you're from Virginia.
Right, 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 right. They
Yeah.
don't know my roots.
Yeah. So yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That sound is just it's annoying.
do
Like, what's
do
the
you
next?
think do
Come
you,
on now.
do you think FL Studio ruined hip hop?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah.
It kind of did because I don't think nobody really was creative with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Got
saying?
yeah. Cuz nowadays you can just flip over your laptop and just make a beat, a rhythm, and it can sell. And I think that's the only thing that's saving Sexy Red, because she do have some nice beats though. I think her beats is go hard, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that the producer Tay Keith. You heard of
Oh,
him?
okay.
He produced
Now,
Pound Town.
oh, okay. Yeah, she got some dope beats. So
Good stuff.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I feel in to conclude this conversation, I do feel like Um, like I said, if we get out of this, you know, sharing, I mean, it's okay sharing sounds, but people use the sounds the same way. You know, everybody use the same rhythm as
Yeah.
far as trap. You know, nobody's creative. You know, when you turn on the radio back then, you know, you knew it was a Timberland. You knew it was Neptunes. You know, you knew Kanye
Right.
West sound.
Yep.
And but believe it or not, a lot of producers back then they did still steal other people's beats, and they said they put their name on it because they were so huge back then. You know, I heard stories about that all the time. You know,
Yeah.
like Down and Out beat for Cameron. They said that
Oh, yeah.
he made somebody else made made the beat and he put his name up there. So yeah,
Damn. But it sounds like a Kanye beat, though.
yeah, it sounds like a Kanye West beat.
You wouldn't
But
even know.
yeah, but when you listen back, you like it sounds a little bit different. Like the drums sound a little harder than a Kanye West if you
Oh, yeah.
listen back to it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I think I liked even the era. JD. They had a run. With Usher. That's like unparalleled.
Oh,
You don't
yeah. Oh,
you don't really see, especially a male artist because male R&B is like it's like dead these days to me.
yeah.
I,
I think rap killed that too.
yeah,
In a way,
yeah, because
it kind of like blended it together to the point where there was no like a love story anymore. It just
yeah,
became like
yeah,
the R&B trying to imitate the rappers, but be melodic about it,
yeah,
and it just,
yeah,
yeah,
and I think like the what's his name? Wait, Young Blue, Red Blue. A lot of artists like that. They say they're R&B artists, but it's more like rap to me. Like Roddy, what is his name? Roddy Rich,
nobody really-
Roddy Rich. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it's R&B, but it's still like hip hop in a sense.
yeah.
And
Like there's no bridge anymore. They just got
just
rid of the bridge. Like,
yeah,
that's like the best part of the song. They was like, you know
yeah,
what?
yeah,
We'll leave the bridge off.
yeah,
We'll loop this, loop that. It's like,
yeah. And I often catch myself now, even myself, even though I'm from a different era. We older now. Uh, as far as attention span, like when I listen to like now when I listen to like a 3 or 4 minute song, like my attention span, like ADHD creeps up on me because you know you don't have the attention span like you used to because nowadays songs is like 2 minutes and 30 seconds to like
yeah.
3 minutes. So how's your attention span these days because of music?
Mm. Mine's
Zero.
actually not that bad though. I mean, it
Okay.
ain't really bad. It just, I mean, like the thing is, like the music is just not good. You know what I'm saying?
You want to hear
It
you want the song to hear cut off.
Yeah. I be
Yeah.
wanting to like hurry up and get to the hook so I can,
Yeah.
see what the
Yeah.
song is about. It's like, but
Yeah.
if it's a good song, if it's like an Adele or
Yeah.
somebody who's prominent, I'll you
Yeah.
know I'll listen to the whole album like straight through. But
Yeah.
like a rap, I
Yeah.
skim through it. It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just not good. You know.
And I think it's who we are, especially black music. Like
Yeah.
I think we our attention to a certain sound is so short. We move on to the next producer, we move on to the next artist. But if you look at like the other races, country music, rock, they still, support these artists and the music
Mhm.
still sound the same. Like it don't that formula, it doesn't change. But us, we always say, "Oh, that sound old. That's not relevant no more."
That's a good point. I never even
Yeah,
thought about it like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was listening to country music on the radio. Like I couldn't tell like what era it was from.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just sound it might be new, but it could have came out 20 years ago.
Yeah. 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 There
Like with hip
we.
hop, you can literally tell like what era it's
Yeah.
from just by the beat and by
Yeah.
the rap style.
Yeah. And I feel that kind of affects our society financially because it's stories of Boys and Men. They had to go back to small arenas because people wasn't people wasn't buying tickets no more, and they're legends.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What oh my god, bro.
because because people these days they don't want to listen to vulnerability no more. You know, they don't want to listen to a guy crying out to a woman. They just want to go straight to it. You know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, people are just they're not really in tune with their feelings like that
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
That's that's
So
that's, that's probably why.
yeah, and I think that kind of contribute to longevity of producers as well because once the sound is there, it's gone in like 4 or 5 years. But I feel like the era of super producers, their music is still, still going. You know, to me,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because
It
because
sounds like most of that stuff from the 2000s. It still sounds.
yeah,
It just sounds good. It sounds fresh still.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you
Because
listen to
I
producers from like the early tens. Like some of this stuff sounds outdated now or
yeah,
stale.
yeah. Because when I went to for example, I went to the bowling alley the other day. They wasn't playing on new music. They was playing stuff. they were they were playing stuff from when I was in elementary school. I was like, they playing the Mambo number five. I was like,
Oh my god.
they still like my sister said she was working at the bowling alley. They still playing the same music they played when she was working there in like the early 2000s. Like,
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah.
I think the
So
skating rinks are the same too. Like they don't play nothing new either. That's
that's
sad.
sad. That's sad. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for
you ask
sure.
it, and you ask the young people, they're like, you know this song? They're like, yeah, I know this song because it's just
Hmm.
even Michael Jackson, he died like in 2009, and people still want to know who Michael Jackson is. They still want to dance like Michael Jackson. So
Yeah,
it shows how great these people were in this era. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think I think the last superstar was Justin Bieber. The last like
yeah,
R&B.
yeah.
Like
Male super.
like, when he fell off, like this
Yeah,
no more superstars.
yeah. And did you see that documentary? I don't know if you saw it on Netflix, Dirty Pop, about Backstreet Boys. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. But yeah, that was an era too. The boy bands. Uh, and they had a formula. The music. Like you said. We missing those bridges.
hmm
It's like we
The thing
don't.
is, a lot of their stuff sounded the same too, but it was good.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the
yeah,
stuff is gonna sound the same. Let it be good.
yeah, yeah.
Be quiet.
If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So
Exactly.
yeah, cause
Exactly.
cause they showed a thing where they play all the Backstreet Boys songs and all the NSYNC, and do use the same drums on every song. Same
Yep. Yep.
tearing up my heart. I want it that way. Uh, all of them the same rhythm, and still was a hit. So
And
yeah,
the formula works, man. Keep
yeah,
doing it.
yeah. I feel producers too. Uh, they don't want to create their own sound, and I think social media contributes to that because these producers they want to follow a trend. They don't want to follow their sound that they hear in their head. They just want to
Yeah.
follow. They want to follow what this person on Instagram, what type of beat they made instead of just creating their own sound. How
You
you
know
how
why
you
that is.
what you say?
So you know why that is, right?
Why?
It's because they are looking for a check.
Yeah, yeah,
They
true.
don't actually care about the music no more.
Yeah,
And
that's true. That's true.
they're just trying to figure out, okay, what's gonna blow up?
Hmm.
What is everybody gonna gravitate to? And they're
Hmm.
seeing like certain success with other producers or other artists, so
Yeah,
they want to copy the same and do the same thing.
that's the other point I want to talk about financially because streaming, you hardly get a dime off of streaming, and
Yeah.
they have to follow they have to follow the trend or they won't
Yeah,
get or they won't get paid. They won't get paid. So yeah,
exactly.
but I
Makes
feel
sense.
if they had the boldness to do it, I think they would see a change in their finances too. I think it's a pro to that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
but
think some of them they're too scared to like
they
try.
scared. That's what I'm about to say. Yeah,
They don't want to risk it,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
what's keeping the music stale because they don't,
yeah,
they're
yeah. I
not being
think
expensive.
these producers not taking enough risks these days
Mhm.
because if you think about when Pony came out, or the Leah song, Timbaland like everybody like, what's that sound like? Why he got a baby crying in the background? But
Right.
it turned out to be dope. Like that's kind of dope, a baby crying in the background. But
Yeah.
so
I
I
think he
think
was on drugs when he made that beat. Though.
you think so.
Way. Who thinks of something like that? Like, he had
He
to be
put-
high. He was on something.
yeah, yeah. It's
Uh,
crazy though. You be thinking like these producers and stuff wasn't on drugs back then because social media won't like out there. So now
mhm.
I see Timberland on on Instagram. He's smoking weed and everything, but you don't know if he did it back then. We don't know.
I think they were all high and popping pills, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were all over the place.
But I think you see it more now because they're getting older. You can see the way they look now,
Hmm. Hmm.
how it affect them now. You know,
Right.
yeah. Cause like Diddy, like he started to look different to me. Like
Yeah.
2000, like after he left Cassie, he started to look different to me.
You start looking older.
Yeah, yeah. Like his eyes would look black and all that stuff. So
Right.
yeah. But even and I hate to say his name, but Diddy, he was a
The diddler.
yeah, he was he had hits. He was a people don't count him as a producer because he wasn't hands on, but he was a super producer too. To me,
I've never seen him make one beat, like ever.
yeah,
Every time you see like a Diddy documentary or like
yeah,
backstage
yeah,
footage, he's always bobbing his head. Like,
yeah.
that's
Or
it.
he looking like he producer. He be moving the channels, the mixer
Yeah.
channels,
Like,
like when he's on making the band. All you see is he do.
right. Shoulder. I'm like, bro, can you make a beat or something? Or
I ain't gonna lie. I used to like Diddy back then. Cause I was like, oh, I want to be like him. I want to look like him, moving the boards and stuff. I want to be a producer like him, just sitting there behind the board. But yeah, prayers go out to him.
man,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
yeah. I ain't gonna talk about that too much. But how you think that's gonna turn out as far as the trial? You think he's gonna testify?
I don't know, man. I don't even think he might not even go to jail. I mean, to prison.
How you think that?
I think he's gonna pay some people off, or I think he has connections somewhere
I think
where he can
I think
pay
he gonna
people.
find out. think he gonna
He's
find
gonna
out.
find a loophole,
Yeah.
and he gonna be home by Thanksgiving. Harlem shaking.
I'm back.
I'm back.
I
Yes,
get what I want.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, I,
Wait,
I just can't. I can't picture him like going to
in
prison for
jail.
life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
He
know.
yeah, he gonna go crazy if he had to. I think he is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I
Yeah.
would if I was. I mean,
Yeah.
you coming from being a billionaire to being in prison, like that's a hard transition.
You know, and people talking about Jay-Z now, so you know,
Oh,
you never
yeah,
know.
he definitely ain't going to jail.
He ain't going to jail.
I just feel like he's too smart. Like he
Yeah.
might leave the country or something.
Yeah. Cause I just saw a video. He just cut the ribbon for a new casino. I don't know if you saw that. Him and Mike Rubin, they opened up a big casino recently.
Oh, for real? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah. I don't think he going nowhere anytime soon. So
Nah.
yeah.
He's too deep in, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's too
And
connected.
yeah. And with, you know, going back to the Rockefeller thing, I feel like, you know, as far as going back to the super producer conversation, I feel like Just Blaze never got, you know, his recognition, you know, he deserved. You know, I feel like, you know, when they parted ways, Dame Dash and Jay-Z, I feel like they didn't really help him out like they was supposed to, you know, to really keep him afloat as far as
Yeah.
notoriety, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
okay.
I think one part is because he wasn't an artist like Kanye. Kanye had a different, I guess, way he carried himself. Like his confidence was on another level where he can just stay afloat, you know, during those times.
Yeah, Kanye was a rapper
yeah,
too, so
yeah.
he had like hit.
But Just Blaze, you know, he did like songs from Beyonce Lemonade album, but you know, he didn't really get the recognition for those. You know, like the song Freedom, he did that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, with Kendrick Lamar. Yeah,
this beat sound different now.
Like if you listen to it, you can hear it's Just Blaze, that classic Just Blaze, the way the drums is. You know how big the drums is on that track.
Oh yeah,
got like that church. Yeah.
I like this song he did for Game.
Church for Thugs.
Yeah, that was No More Fun Game.
Oh yeah, No More Fun Game.
Oh my god.
And Pump It Up for Joe Budden.
Classics.
Yeah. But the game documentary album was classic. You know. It had, you know, Dr. Dre, Scott Storch producing.
Yeah.
And I think Scott Storch gonna come back. Honestly. I mean, he's already back, but I think he's gonna really come back.
He produced something for Roddy Ricch.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard much from Scott Storch. I mean,
yeah. He came back from, you know, he did coke and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, he was dating Lil' Kim, Paris Hilton, you know, all those people. So yeah. But appreciate you for coming up here talking about this, because I feel it's need to be talked about, because I feel like it's no uniqueness, you know, in the music game these days. And you know, I feel like it, you know, the super producer is not coming back, you know, because people want to stay in this sound. So any last words, you know, you feel about it?
Well, I got a question for you. Where do you think hip hop is going in 5 years? Do you think it's still going to be around, or how do you feel about that?
Well, I'll say when I was little, when I was little, I kind of like I want to have music gonna sound, you know, in the future. And let
Mm.
me just say, it sounds like what I thought. It's just
Oh,
crazy. It just sounds crazy. It's just
yeah.
anything. And I feel like you said earlier, if they get out the box, like as far as the sound, it can go somewhere. Uh,
Yeah.
I feel like they really promoting sex a lot. Very hypersexual.
Mm.
It's no, you think about Eve. It had some substance to it.
Mm-hmm.
She just didn't do music about clubbing and stuff like that. She had songs like Love Is Blind.
Mm-hmm.
She had and then she went to the club. Who's that girl? But it won't. She won't really flaunt herself, like sexually like they do now. I think music. I think hip hop is just going to be just very sexual. To be
Yeah.
honest, it's not going to
Yeah.
be no substance. But that's what this generation that's all they promote these days, and that's what the label pushes. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel that's
You
how
ever
hip
heard of
hop. Yeah.
uh, you ever heard of Doechii?
Though yeah, she's pretty dope. She's
She's
dope.
pretty dope. I think
Yeah.
she might be one of the only ones who can maybe
Yeah.
bring it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than
Yeah.
her, maybe
But the thing
Kendrick.
but the thing is these labels is not gonna push like that type of stuff unless they're not after trends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like the whole major labels might die. This might go back to like independent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
selling it out of the trunk of your car, like
Yeah. Yeah.
early Master P type vibe.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think
It's
major
gonna go back to
labels.
that.
Yeah, yeah, where it's just Motown type vibes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I think we need that. I think we need a reset because I think it's very heavily saturated. You know,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
and I think we're gonna go back to those hip hop kind of clicks. Where they come out with their own sound. Hopefully, but yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see. So I appreciate you for being up here. Uh, and we hopefully can we can link up as far as music. I don't know if you still into
Yeah,
music like that. Yeah.
I definitely want to get back into it.
Yeah.
I haven't had the motivation to be honest, because
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not inspired by nothing. Everything is trash. So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Have you heard the new Katy Perry album?
nah, I haven't heard nothing good about it. I heard people
Everybody.
say she fell off.
Yeah. I
What do you
think.
have you heard it? Well, I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I did a review on my
That's right.
channel, and I feel it's good. I just don't feel it's I don't feel it's evolution in her sound on this album.
Okay.
I feel it sounds like it may sound like Teenage Dream album mixed with you know some other albums she had, but
Mm,
I feel like the cohesiveness of it, like the way it's lined up, the tracks, I feel it could have been better. I feel
yeah.
like the first part of the album is like hip hop inspired, but then the
Mm,
rest is just straight four on the floor pop stuff. So it's not mixed, like I felt it should be. So
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, where you feel about the pop scene? You think it's still
Mm, I like
all the music is just
I'm trying to think of somebody. It's so sad.
yeah. It's
Like
it's
I have some newer girls that are out. What's the girl Olivia
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo?
Yeah.
I think she's kind of different. She's kind
Yeah.
of she thinks
It is
out.
nothing. Yeah, yeah. But yeah.
That's a good man.
Yeah, well hopefully we'll see a change. I think 2025 I think music's going to be on a standstill because of all this stuff going on.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's not going to really go nowhere. Uh
yeah.
Yeah.
Then we
You
got
know.
AI coming in.
Yeah.
So I don't. It ain't
Take
looking good, JG. It's not looking good, man.
it. You know, I probably can't even write songs no more. AI write the songs.
Hey, hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
you'll figure it out. You working on the EP, right?
You talking my own?
Yeah, you're on your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on like an instrumental EP. Trying to,
Oh,
trying to release it like October, mid October. So yeah, be on the lookout for that.
okay,
But
okay.
that's about it. And of course, Cups of Coffee EP, James Worthy EP out. So that's doing good. The
Mm-hmm.
Intimate Prophecy has reached number 4 on Amazon Music. So it's going good.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's
So
what's up.
so you never know what happened. Next year, see what happened. Kind of trying to branch out too. With other artists as well. So songwriting. So never know how things go.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. They're trying to
yeah.
trying to do my own thing as far as music is concerned. So see what happened with that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to collab, man, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. I'm always working. So yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So like
appreciate you.
I still got ideas and stuff, but I just like I haven't done it in so long, so
Oh yeah.
I need a little bit of polishing, but
A little
it's
rusty.
still there. It's still there.
Yeah. 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 As long as you're creative, it's still there. So
You never lose it.
yeah. I think that song you did, Jello, was a hit.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Yeah.
It just I don't know, man. It just
Yeah.
we couldn't market it. We couldn't market it
Yeah. Yeah.
for whatever
So
reason. But yeah.
yeah. But yeah, we'll keep in touch as always.
Yes,
Appreciate you
sir.
for being up here to talk about this subject. So yeah, I hope you have a blessed night.
All right, man. We'll talk.
All right.
Good one.
All right, peace.